think I'm ever going to get over the fact that when it comes on, I still get excited. Like we got it.
Don't ever get it.
Because
don't ever get over it.
I'm not that because this technology, I'm on me.
That's right.
Right, I'm not that.
And you are.
I like it, Daddy. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my babies. Welcome. What's the topic of the show today, Daddy?
Tell them.
Is your love being reciprocated?
Is it?
Is your love being reciprocated? Now, okay, and please understand.
I'm sorry. Is the love in your relationship,
come on,
being reciprocated? Meaning going both ways, deriving from the Latin word.
I'm not doing that.
Jalapeno.
I'm not.
All right.
Is your love being reciprocated in your relationship? Now, okay, so before we even go any further, real talk. There was a time I didn't know what reciprocate mean. Right? And I think I heard it in one of Erykah Badu's songs. And that's how I found out we met. So if anybody is in here and y'all was like me and don't know what it means what?
Going both ways. Going both ways. You love them, they love you. Is the love reciprocated? Back and forth and back.
I like that.
That's it.
In your relationship. Like, do you feel like in your relationship you getting what you getting?
And you're giving what you get.
Come on, the calling number is 470-282-1802. We're having a conversation today about relationship reciprocity.
Come on.
Oh, maybe I put that together.
Yes, you did.
Relationship reciprocity. Are you getting what you're giving and are you giving what you're getting?
Come on.
And I can speak on it.
Speak on it.
Because when we first got together,
tell me.
I wasn't giving reciprocal. I wasn't reciprocal.
Just in certain areas.
In certain areas.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
My baby was lazy in the beginning of our relationship. We'd be upstairs, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm thirsty.
Come on.
What you want to drink? I want this. All right, now go downstairs, get something to drink. That's how we gonna get something to drink.
Yes.
The vice versa come in. Another night. Hey, baby, I'm thirsty. Oh, the damn, ain't the drinks downstairs? Yeah. Well, then, when you go there, why don't you give me one too? And then over time, my lovely mamas decided, you know what, it would only be fair.
Only be fair.
If I got you something to drink, something like you got me something to drink.
Yes. We're talking about it, y'all. Is it reciprocated in your relationship? Hey, this is Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you're calling from?
Schenectady, New York.
Hey, Schenectady, New York. Talk to us, baby.
Hey, Monique, you don't understand. I've been trying to catch you online for the longest time. Oh, my goodness. I'm so hyped to see you and Sid. I hope you guys are doing well, taking care of yourselves, doing what you got to do during this time. I love you guys today, or can I don't know, my limit.
It would help if you start off because the topic for the day really came from people's comments in reference to their relationships. So we like to kind of address some of the things that people ask us to address. If you could be helpful in that regard.
Yes, sir, no doubt. I would like to say that I love the approach that you two take. I love how Monique honors you as her husband and how you walk in the authority of being that husband figure. A lot of men can't walk in that, and I aspire as a young married man, only being married to you two, really build each other up. And I really appreciate that me and my wife look at you guys and watch you guys in interviews and on live and things like this, and we appreciate what you guys are showing us as a young married couple. We really do. We really do.
We appreciate that.
Thank you, baby.
We really do. We really do. We appreciate you guys so much for that.
Love you, honey.
Love you too.
All right, baby. Come on, y'all. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
It's what you getting, you giving, and it's what you giving, you getting.
And as I've said before, and it's obvious that Monique is very adamant in reference to giving me that role, if you will, of king. But oftentimes, what gets missed in a relationship, if you negate the fact that you're walking alongside of a queen. Mm. So it's a mutual level of respect that has to be given. Not, I'm the boss.
Come on.
And not, she's the boss, but we're bosses in the sense of we have roles in our relationship that we have to cover. Mm. And if one falls short, the queen can cover for the king and the king can cover for the queen because we're working collectively as a team. That did not mean for that to rhyme. That's, but they just.
But that's how you be trying to get down. I like it, baby. Let's go to the lines. Hey, you're on with Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you're calling from?
This is Michelle calling from Pittsburgh. Hey, Uncle and Auntie, I got this again. How are you guys?
Hey, baby.
Hey.
Uncle Sid, your rhyme just made so much sense. I think you should have been a rapper in your early days.
Contract, man. They were contract.
But what you're saying about, your king and your queen are together and no one outshines the other is so true. What you're saying about the king and queen picks each other up when the other one falls, I love that. Me and my husband, we've been married, it'll be 10 years on New Year's Eve. And when we met and got married, we were skeptical. He's 10 years younger than me. I know you guys have, a slight, I think, couple year age difference. And everybody was like, he may not be mature enough for you, but I knew he was the man for me. We had a friendship first. We were friends for 5 years. We even had our first date. And in the 10 years of marriage, he has really shown me that when you have a king, he will hold you up. He will build you up. He will speak life into you. And when you have a queen, she will do the exact same thing. And I see that in you two. And it's inspiring. And I just love watching you guys. You guys inspire us. And it's not couples who healthy and happy marriages. And I just thank you guys for that.
We thank you back, baby.
Appreciate the love.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Okay, honey. Yo, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. It's what you're getting. You're giving, and it's what you're giving, you're getting.
Is that stop?
Huh?
Is that stop?
Date.
Hit the 4.
I don't need to hit the 4, sweetness.
Oh, okay.
Because if I hit the 4, I don't know what that means.
Me either.
Okay.
No, I need to give it a shot.
That's why I ain't hitting the shot.
There you got it, baby.
Okay, yeah.
That's what's up.
There it is.
And she said, and a couple of years difference between y'all. We're the same age. Well, I'm a little bit older than her by some months.
Yeah. September.
I'm
December.
That's it.
Is your love being reciprocated in your relationship? 470-282-1802. Let's go to the lines. Hey, you're on with Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you're calling from?
Oh, I got two. Oh my gosh. So this is Tabitha, and I'm calling from Idaho. And I actually took a minute away from my exams to call in because I love you guys so much.
We love you back, baby.
And another question is love being reciprocated in your relationship?
Yes.
And it is. And for my husband, with us, God is first and foremost. And so we have that mutual love and respect and honor for each other. And I just love that you and Sidney are such a great example of what marriage should look like. And just love your positivity that you always show it on all your YouTube channels. I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you, sweetness. We appreciate you back from Idaho. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
I gotta get back to my exam.
From Idaho.
It was not.
Yes, it was. That was an Idaho potato.
It's love being reciprocated.
Don't be mad at me because that's where you got from. The sticker said Idaho potato.
In your relationship, 470-282-1802. And you know what, too? Don't be afraid to
love.
Come on.
LUB.
Come on, Daddy.
It'll keep us together.
Ow.
Think of me, babe.
Come on.
Whenever.
Hey.
If I say you just gotta be strong, just stop. Because I really love you. Captain Janelle. Circa 1970 something.
Ow.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to give it back.
Don't be.
Because some people are afraid to give it back. in thoughts of what other people might say. That just came to me. Don't be afraid to give it back. And I think sometimes we can get in a space where we don't want to feel like we're losing ourselves. We don't want to feel like we're losing control. So we're too afraid to say, you know what? Well, if he got me something to drink, let me get him something to drink. And vice versa. So don't be afraid to say, here's all of me. If they're saying here's all of me.
Because what ends up happening is you're both giving all of yourself to one another.
Let's go to the line.
Let's do it.
You almost Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you're calling from? Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm calling from Nashville, Tennessee. This is Carson.
Hey, Carson. Welcome, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being open and sharing your thoughts. And I think it's a love and respect thing. And men have a problem with loving, and women have a problem of respecting. Women are natural nurturers. They're natural, loving, touchy, feely. But when that love is reciprocated, that respect is reciprocated, and vice versa. So it's a great topic to have. But we have always had a love and respect issue. And but when you over time, I heard them say over time that you got better and it was no big deal. But that's the main problem that has always been with us in relationships and marriages: love and respect.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yes, we appreciate your call, sweetness.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby. You know, I was having a conversation this morning while I was taking my shower. And I don't know if you heard me when you came in the bathroom.
I did.
Right? And I was talking about who impacted my life in reference to a relationship when I was a kid. And in growing up, you didn't know what healthy and unhealthy was as a child. Mm-hmm. Like you didn't even know what that meant to be in a healthy relationship or unhealthy relationship. You just saw what you saw. But in looking at relationships, when I looked at my mother and father, when I looked at my aunts and uncles and their wives, and even my friends and their parents, I really didn't experience them being kind to one another. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that they were necessarily nasty, mm-hmm. but it just wasn't kind. It was almost like as a child you don't know what to call it because you just know that's just how it is. Mm-hmm. But when I went to my godmother's house, mm-hmm. Audrey, my godmother's name was Audrey, and she's since transitioned. Mm-hmm. And Audrey had a friend named Frankie, right? And whenever I would go over there, I would just experience so much kindness, even in watching them operate. Mm-hmm. Audrey, would you like something to drink? Thank you, Frankie. And, Frankie, would you like? And I'm watching. So when you grow up and you understand what you were looking at, that was the healthiest relationship as a child. Then now as an adult, I understood it was a relationship. Mm-hmm. And Frankie was Miss Frankie. And as a child, I didn't understand that they were in a relationship. I just thought it was my godmother's friend, but it was her partner. Right. But these two people were very kind. Right. When it came to my parents and the adults I grew up around, I didn't experience kindness.
Which can even allow us in this reciprocated. Because, growing up in I think our real memory since we were born in the 60s, late 60s, Saturn would allow us to really say our memories kind of started in the 70s.
Right.
So kind of growing up in the 70s with parents who had grown up, if you will, in the 40s and 50s, there was a level of exchange that you did not see. We collectively did not see, at least from our parents, in terms of love and affection, playfulness, because everything was about business. And sometimes when you see that, we get trained and engineered to think that's what relationships are about.
Yeah.
You go out, you do what you do, you go out, then we come together and we pay these bills.
That's it.
That's
it.
So if this is what you've seen, then it can easily trigger you to believe, well, that's what it should be. For myself, what it allowed me, and I think through the love of my grandmother and her sharing the stories that she did with me in reference to how things were with her and my grandfather, this is the love that you're supposed to be giving to your queen, who I oftentimes, because people often say, that Monique, she calling him dad. Well, if you notice, I call her mama too. Because when you're together long enough, as we've been, again, best friends since we've been 14, when you've been the best friend, then the brother, then the lover, then the fiance, then the husband.
Yes. The boyfriend.
Yes. You know. So it's like then she's also that mama, because that looking over. So when you get a chance to experience those things in terms of what you didn't get growing up, watching it, sometimes it's difficult to think about the reciprocation of love, because you have to create that love in the first place and not just look at them as, that's my boyfriend, they was good looking, she good looking, now we gonna be together. Now that we together, all of the things that we did to come together, that goes out the window, because we got to do these jobs and pay these bills.
Come on, y'all. Are you in a relationship where you're giving what you're getting and you're getting what you're giving? 470-282-1802. And are you willing to put the work in? It's work. And I'm not sure what the word is.
We'll talk about it.
Hey, you on with Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hello, hi, Benson Ford. I'm calling from Gary, Indiana.
Hey, baby.
How you doing? Is this Monique?
This is Monique.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Hey, Monique, I just want, first of all, I'm surprised that I got you on the phone. That's first. And then second, I just want to say, I love you and Sidney. But more so, I love you, Monique. I've been following your career since the beginning. I've seen all your shows. I saw you when you did that prison show, helping the women. I've seen you when you did that show when you talked about Oprah and the rest of the comedians. I just want to say I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, and I wish the best for you.
Thank you so much, Black Man. We appreciate that, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's all I want to say. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, baby. It is those calls, right? That makes you go, wow.
Make you go, wow. That you just appreciate, I ain't want nothing. I just wanted to tell you, keep on doing what you're doing.
Right.
That's it.
Are you getting what you're getting on? Are you getting what you give? Let's go to the lines. Hey, you on with Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you calling from?
This is Monique, and I'm calling from Millersville, Georgia.
Hey, me from Millersville, Georgia.
Well, I just want to say, Monique, Mr. Sidney, first of all, my sister was going through a relationship crisis. You really just summed everything up. I just love you and Monique relationship, and I love Monique to death. My mother even named me after her. And I am so grateful and thankful for you guys. I listen to you every chance I get, and I'm just so blessed.
Thank you, sister.
Y'all are very welcome. And continue to do what y'all doing. Continue to be blessed.
Thank you, baby. What an honor.
What an honor.
What an honor.
You have posed the question, is it work? Yes, it is work. When you are in a relationship and you're dealing with challenges, every day is not a great day in the sense of You may have had a disagreement. You got to work out the kinks. You got to understand there's a level of work that is put into it. And I think sometimes, almost like when we're talking about when you see people selling diet programs and workout, they want to emphasize how easy it is. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, how many things in our lives have we ever acquired that made a difference in our lives and were of true relevance that did not take work? Mm-hmm. It just comes easy. The easier it comes, the more almost in general suspicious you should be. But if you go through the regular questions, the challenges, and so forth, and you work it out, there's a level of appreciation that you have in a relationship. Not that you snub it, because sometimes the relationship is just like that. But when it's not, it's a challenge to find somebody that you hear they've been in a relationship for 5, 10, 15, 20, and up years, and no work was required in order to maintain the quality of their relationship.
Oh, because I know people that have been in relationships for all those years and no work was put into it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the line. Hey, you're on with Monique and Sidney. Who's this and where you're calling from? Okay, sugar. Try again, 472-821-1802. Are you giving what you're getting, or are you getting what you're giving in your relationship? You know, it is work, but you know how you love what you do? Are you in that type of relationship where you love what you do? You know what I'm saying? And there was a time, y'all, and we talked about this before. I didn't know anything about exfoliating my body. I didn't know anything about that. And when I'm sure to do, not so much an enjoyment. It was, I didn't want that. But now it's such an enjoyment. It doesn't feel like it's work. I like my skin being soft. I like when you touch my skin. You say, "Mama, you soft," but it's a work that I enjoy.
Yeah, but the work may not be the physicality. My interest when you're in a relationship has gone from yourself only when you're single to I'm interested in making this individual happy. It's kind of like when you would say, I'd like to have something to drink. I would like something to this or whatever the case might be. In my mind, I'm like, my interest is to make you happy. What you're asking me for is not unfair at all. It would be my pleasure to do that. I remember when we first got together, Monique was such a boss, if you will, and so independent that I would say to her, "Hey, listen, do me a favor. Wait until I come and open your door before you get out the door."
Yes, so I get out the car.
Yeah, before you get out the car. Yes. Like this is you supposed to get treated that way. Just wait a second. All right. And over time, it's not a question anymore because it's expected, because it's an honor. It's my pleasure. It's what, in my opinion, I feel that I'm supposed to do for my wife. Sometimes if I'm in the midst of, let's say, getting something, our children will open the door for their mother. So it's one of those things where being in a relationship, even allowing the other one to treat you with a level of respect that you may not be used to being treated with because you're so used to being independent. And there's nothing wrong with someone, you allowing someone to love you with respect.
Let's go to the lines, baby. Hey, you're on with Monique and Sidney. Listen, where you're calling from.
Hey, my name is G. I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hi, y'all. Peace. So I wanted to call in because I wanted to tell you guys a story. I'm going to answer the question. I would say 100% yes, 1,000% yes. I feel like my marriage, our love is definitely reciprocated, and we had to actually teach ourselves love. Because like we're a little bit younger than you guys, but we grew up in the 80s. I was born in 79. My husband was born in 78, and we weren't shown that love in our house. We just celebrated our 14th year of marriage, and we've been together 17 years this upcoming July. So we grew up together. We were friends, brother and sisters, lovers. You know, we married. We have a daughter. But I'd have to say maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, I listened to you speak, Monique, and you said something that really stuck with me and made me examine not the family you were born into, and that really made me search deep within myself to figure out, you know, because me and him probably was bickering at that time, and I had to realize what I was asking for, what I was putting out there, and was that really love? And I had to say yes, you know, because he wouldn't let me give up on myself. He wouldn't let me give up on our marriage, and that was love, you know. So it just depends on you being honest with yourself, and even if you don't know how to love, you know, you saying I don't know what it is I'm doing, but I know, you know, I had to go back to when I was a small child and what I always wanted and what I thought love was, and really say, am I receiving that? Am I giving that? And I would say, yeah, I think this is a beautiful topic. But yeah, I think people just a lot of times don't know what love is, you know, what it looks like, what it feels like. Because it's definitely not what you see on TV. You know, my husband is not a handyman, but my mom always said, you know, when I was growing up, oh, it'd be better if I had a partner. So I'm just thinking, like, well, somebody to, you know, put together this shelf, or to, you know, make sure the oil gets changed. Like, that's not really love, because that I want to feel safe. I want to feel respected. I want to know I'm respected. So yeah, I think that it's just you have to be honest with yourself before you know, really say if a person really guys that you guys are very inspirational, especially for people who are, you know, young. You know, I just turned 40 and I've been married 14 years. I don't have married friends. You know, I don't have that. So this is very needed and very necessary. So again, peace, king and queen, you guys keep doing your thing.
Thank you, baby. Thank you and your king, sis. Love you, baby. I love it.
Absolutely. And she struck on an incredible point. Love is something that's specific to the people who are in that relationship. And it sometimes cannot be something that you you may or may not see that loving relationship in your life when you were growing up as kids with the family. Some people have, some people haven't. Some people have seen it but have not been able to transition that into their relationship. Some people haven't seen it and have been. But what she said that was so important was they had to learn what love was amongst themselves. And when you're willing to take the time to learn what love is for, you know, one another, then that's the whole key, because there will be other people who have their ideas about what love is, and they will try to apply what love is to your relationship. And sometimes we got to be strong enough to drown out the white noise, if you will, of people being naysayers with regards to what your relationship is about.
Yes.
Because only you two are in that relationship, and then you have to look at the person, or as they say, check.
How can you give me so much information, but you seem to be miserable in your situation and in your relationship, and the information that you're giving me is I should go away and swallow misery.
Right.
So yeah, check who's feeding your soul.
Check it out. And hopefully, and most importantly, you're feeding one another's soul, because you two are the ones who are going to see each other throughout this life if you do it the right way.
Come on, y'all. We are talking about it. Are you giving what you're getting, and are you getting what you're giving? 470-282-1802. Reciprocity in a relationship.
Reciprocity in a relationship. Let's see. It says, Linda. Hello, Miss Monique and Mr. Sidney. I grew up in a loving family, both parents in the house and still married. I think I can't stand a relationship because my dad raised me so much like my brothers. If that's what you think, then that's what it is. However, if you see the flaws in what I'm saying, it was you being raised like your brothers. So the reality is, here's where the work comes in. And you finding your relationship valuable enough to put in the work to say, I know this is not.
Let's go to the lines and see what they're saying. Hey, you're on with Monique and Sidney. Who's where you calling from?
I am calling from Orlando, Florida.
Hey, baby.
Hi, I have a I wanted just respond, Monique. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm glad I saw you on live. Your question was, are you being loved, giving the love that you get and getting the love that you get? And I think it was like that. Not in a selfish way, but I want to prepare myself for my future mate.
Yes.
I want to be ready. I want to, like Jill Scott said, be prepared.
Yes.
Want to get my body out the line, be super fine, but I want to get rid of everything that was so I can be ready for is. And then I think that I'll be able to see that same love I have for myself and my mate, because that's what I'm praying for. I'm praying that he has he's doing the same thing I'm doing in my journey of loving himself, so that when we come together, it's just a competition to see who can love each other best.
Come on.
And that's my hope and that's my treasure. So that's my question, and I thank you so much for having me on today. Like I said, I'm in Orlando, Florida doing this quarantine. I got a client I got to get to, but I'm so glad I got to get to you today. And thank you, Queen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, my
and King, and King.
Our pleasure, our pleasure.
Keep on preparing, sweetness.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, baby. How beautiful to say I'm getting prepared. I'm getting prepared. Like, how beautiful is that to think forward in that way? Let me get ready for what it is that I'm asking for. So that way, when I receive what I'm asking for, I can receive it. Because I'm telling you, Daddy, when you walked in the way you came in, I wasn't ready for that. Because I didn't know how to. Initially, I was like this. Even though we were best friends and all that, I was like, I want shit. What you doing?
I think what made it easier is relationships and the way I would share with you, hey, that ain't right. That ain't how you want to be with them. Is the same way that we had the conversation. And for me, the thing was, and for you guys out there, when my bit of advice would be, don't try to fight fire with fire. Don't argue, to be yelling or whatever. Sometimes it's good to fight fire with water. And the water is, I'm going to lovingly tell you this is how I feel. Because now I'm in a relationship with you. So what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to get mad. I ain't going to walk out the door. I don't need to go for a drive. I'm going to stay here and see it through. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to see it through with you, because I used to watch my pops. When he got mad, boy, he slammed the door and he hit the car pulling off. I ain't dealing with this shit. So I was blessed to see how certain things transpire, where in my mind it makes you say, if you've seen right, you've got no reason not to do right. If you've seen wrong, you've got no reason not to do right. So either way you slice it, you just kind of say to yourself, if you're going to be with that individual for the rest of your life.
And, you know, when you hear little sayings like happy wife, happy life, that's setting up for failure. Because you've totally left out the husband. I've seen relationships where the woman be right or wrong. You just hear the man go, yes, 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 dear, yes, sweetness. And it's like, but dear and sweetness ain't right. You need to let that ass know you don't order.
You gotta let them know. And we gotta say hello to our fellow naysayer, Christian Alexander. How you doing, brother? Obviously, personality is the type that brightens up a room simply by leaving it. But he says, if Sid is so wise, why is Monique's career in the toilet?
Oh.
And this is the only time I will address you today, because we will not waste the good people's here time with your antics, though we can't help but be amused. What I will say is to you this: when you're in a relationship and someone mistreats your queen, and or your queen sees someone mistreating her king, what you do is you stand united. And what happens is, in relationships, sometimes you have to allow yourself to not be baited into doing what everybody else is doing because everyone else said yes to the powers that be. You have to be able to have so much respect for one another that when you look into each other's eyes, you're saying, like the what's that commercial? When a man is taking a shower on carpet, he says, man, that's not right. When you see that it's not right, sometimes you gotta take what people look like an L publicly, like yourself, in order to feel like you took a win spiritually amongst yourself. So we appreciate you, brother.
I said some different things to that young man or young lady. I said some different things with some spice added to it. But because when you're being loved and learning how to love back, you empathize with people that you empathize with those people. You know, when we talk about empathy, right, and it just came to me. And I remember when, with you and I don't know when the shift came, but it came. And the shift came where I began to respect my husband, right? And it wasn't really that I was disrespectful, but respect in a way where decisions weren't just being made because I made them. We would speak to each other about decision making. And we didn't make decisions without talking to one another. And that's what the conversation was. Because my mother asked me something, and I said, you know, well, I'm going to talk to Sid about it, and we'll see. And she said, you know what, Monique? You've given Sidney all the power. And it stopped me for a second, and I said, no, Ma, I'm not giving Sidney any power. What you're seeing me give him is respect. And because you've never given it to my father, it looks to you like I'm giving up power. However, we're respecting one another, and that's something that you don't understand. So now, oh, you've given up your power. And this is coming from a woman that's much older than I am. So I empathize with her in this moment because you never allowed yourself to truly be loved or to give love. So for all the times I wanted to have resentment, see, Christian, you don't know how you help shit out. You coming in here being crazy. For all the times I wanted to have that resentment to sit right here in this moment and say, I can't imagine what it is to go through my entire life and not experience what it truly feels like to be loved and to love back that way. So I'm grateful that I learned.
I'm looking at you, not the phone.
Oh, Daddy, okay. Okay, that's why I kept looking over.
That's right.
So they're 75 years old. It's that baby in there thinking. It's that baby in their way of saying, I don't know what it's like to have somebody so down for me. And me be so down for them that we're going to the mat together. Whatever it is. We're gonna hang that shit up. We in this thing together. I saw a post one time where it was a guy riding a bike, but the back tire was off and it was on bricks, and the girl was on it and she was squeezing around him. And it says, when y'all believe in the dream. And both of them were so to be sitting on YouTube on a show with my husband and my partner and my boy and all the things he's been, to be sitting right here next to him. You know what kind of blessing it is for the both of us that we can share in it? So I understand what it is not to be loved and to give love. And I understand what it is to give love and to love back. And damn if I don't like being on this side of it. Let's go to the line.
Did we?
Hey, you're home with Mommy. It's Sidney. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Joanne Gray. I'm calling from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Hey, Joanne from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I just wanted to say I love you guys.
We love you back, baby.
We love you back.
Thank you. You are relationship goals. Regardless if these people in the chat know about it. Just because they haven't seen it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Come on.
So thank you.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. You all take care now.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
Come on. Well, we appreciate that. I think it's about that time, my love.
For us to say, when DMC.
Don't do it, please.
And please let us say this to our brother, Ahmad, and to all of our other brothers and sisters who's been brutalized, who's been beaten, murdered. We want to say our prayers go out to us, to the families. And we want to ask us that we keep on holding on to us. And I think, too, it starts with us.
It starts with us.
It starts with us, that we keep holding on to us. Let's go to the lines. Okay, Daddy.
It's our girl. Go ahead.
Ah, hey, sweet
Look, we ain't taking our last call. Look over.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I love y'all. Hi. And a sister that just called in and said that she just want to say she loves y'all. And if they don't understand, just because it hasn't been seen, but that it doesn't mean that it isn't real. Fuck yeah. She's absolutely right. Okay? You don't have to see air to know that you're breathing it. You don't have to see face to know that you should believe in it. Okay? Y'all been preaching and reaching and teaching for so long. Damn it. You know, I mean, but you have to remember one thing. A lot of folks didn't like King. A lot of folks were angry at Rosa Parks for sitting there. You know, get your ass up. You messing up stuff for us, sit in the back together like the rest of us niggas. No. Somebody has to stand up. Somebody. So damn it, thank y'all. Now, what I want to say is, I've been shopping all day. And I sat here and I said, you know what? Let me go through my mail. I went through my mail and I saw Monique. Oh, God damn it. I ran to the computer. I said, what time is it? Oh, God, if I miss someone died. I came in here. As soon as I saw you on, I just grabbed the phone and started dialing because I just had to talk to my babies. Y'all are my heart. You have no idea. This is my fix. After this pandemic, this nonsense is, there's so many folks who are blowing smoke up our ass. To have you two online, on YouTube, on the air live, telling us the real, and being real with us, this is a breath of fresh air. It really is. You know? Now, the topic at hand. reciprocated in my relationship? It is now. It is now. It wasn't reciprocated with my father. It was barely reciprocated with my mother, only because I didn't understand her and she didn't understand me. And it wasn't until she got Alzheimer's that we actually understood each other then, because she was able to say little stuff that mattered to me, like, I love you, thank you, you're pretty. I had to learn. And it took Peaches to teach me that, love doesn't have to hurt. Love isn't supposed to hurt. Don't look for me. Don't wait for the shoe to drop, because there was no shoe. It's already on your foot. Why are you waiting for this? So I think the problem is so many people they expect a love that they've been used to. And if you've been abused, if you only drank Kool-Aid, you don't know that water tastes good by itself with no flavoring in it, because you've been drinking Kool-Aid all your life, But I want to thank y'all for letting me talk. Steven says, hey, I just told him y'all were on. We love you guys. Please kiss my aunties and my nephews.
We love you back, and let me tell you how much I know how you and Peaches love each other. That love so damn strong, y'all starting to look just alike. And I'm serious. Yes. Y'all starting to look like, yes. The last time I saw y'all, I was like, all right then.
But let me tell you this much. My mother didn't know my voice on the phone. She would say, is this Reba? I said, Ma. She said, oh, I'm sorry, you sound just like Peaches. I said, what the heck? So, and we even finish each other's sentence. We say the same words together at the same time. It's like watching a movie with us. That's almost 26 years of ups and downs that had to come up.
Give her a hug for we love you.
I definitely will. Love you guys too. All right, bye-bye.
We love y'all. We love y'all. That's why we do this show, y'all. For this right here.
And hello to Bolivia.
Hey, Bolivia. We had South Africa. We had India. Hey, my babies.
Asia, Africa, Tokyo, Mexico. Travel to the places that they people to nothing. My bad. I just didn't bring my turntables, my Gemini, my technique, and all of that. Come on, my bad.
So we want to thank y'all. Hey, Jamaica. Hey, Baltimore. Hey, Boston. Hey, South Carolina. Okay, Daddy. I'm going to tell you why I do that.
You don't have to tell me why. I know, baby. It's all good.
Because on Rum
Miss Sally.
Miss Sally.
From the valley.
Okay. Never acknowledged Monique.
Come.
She saw all the other kids.
Man.
She saw Cheryl. She saw Lisa in her magic mirror.
Yeah.
Now, one time did she see me? So I always said if I ever had a magic mirror, I would see everyone.
There you go.
Okay, hey DC, hey Louisiana. We want to thank y'all, babies. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, watching us, because y'all could be doing anything else, but y'all decided to come hang out and play with us. So we want to ask y'all to tell a friend, tell another friend, and tell 10 more friends to join us for Monique and Sidney's open relationship. And like my daddy always says, the mind is like a parachute.
It is no good unless it's open.
We love y'all.
For free.
Bye, my babies. Bye, my sweetnesses.